week's episode of Assassination Classroom, Koro Sensei meets his greatest adversary, the principal of the junior high school, Asano. Not only that, but we also get to learn that not only is Koro Sensei great at teaching kids and blowing up moons, but he's also an amazing cosplayer. I love that scene at the beginning of this week's episode where he was dressed up as Naruto with the Konoha headband and even the 3 whisker marks. It was some nice attention to detail. Did you guys also catch when he was dressed up as Toriko? It was sort of in the background when he was dressed up as a lot of other characters, but he was totally wearing the orange jumpsuit and rocking the Toriko blue hair. The greatest thing about this week's episode, though, is that Koro Sensei finally has a rival, and it's not the typical ones that we've seen from the series. It's not Miss Irina Bitch Sensei, it's not frickin' Karasuma, it's just a regular old principal of a school who simply uses his words to get underneath Koro Sensei's skin, and he will do everything in his power to keep Class 3E intact and to continue to rule over this school the way he sees fit. They barely even have much of an interaction, but you can already feel the hatred between these two characters. I especially love how he actually tricks Koro Sensei with this weird ring puzzle, which he asks him to try and do in 1 second. Koro Sensei can't do it, and he gets completely flustered by all of this, and this is when he finally decides he's going to do everything in his power to make his students pass their midterms so that they can move on from Class E and move on up, and hopefully so they can get rid of this weird Class 3E system. But what I really love is how Koro Sensei is actually teaching his students. It's just another great demonstration of his power, how he's able to move around at mock speeds, and how he's able to actually work with them all on a one-on-one basis because he's moving so fast. I especially love the fact that even one of them is actually taking a break, which doesn't make any sense at all. Even Nagisa brings that up. It would actually be detrimental to him, but in a way it almost seems like Koro Sensei is training, like he's sort of powering up for the big moment when he's going to have to destroy Earth, if that's really what it comes to. But there is a really nice touching scene where he brings all of the students out to the yard, and he actually ends up making this big track for them, which is amazing, which is going to be perfect for their training. The scene is also really important because he's also trying to reinforce the fact that he's not just trying to teach them about assassination, he's legitimately trying to better them in every single way in terms of their subjects. And I especially liked the whole metaphor about using a sword, and if you don't have a second blade, you're not qualified to be an assassin. I really think that's clever, and that actually does come into play later on during the midterms, which this has got to be the most exciting midterm exam I've ever seen, mostly because it's all metaphorical in the heads of the characters of Class 3E, but I especially love how you actually see the test become this giant crocodilian monster, which over time, Nagisa finally realizes how he's going to take the test. At first, he's completely freaked out, and then he realizes everything that Koro Sensei taught him about using his second blade to sort of analyze the situation, and they show it with the animation of them literally killing these monsters and literally killing their demons, so to speak, as they're able to take the test. But unfortunately, Principal Asano has actually thrown a freaking wrench into the cogs, and it sort of messes up the test, and none of them end up doing really that well. And this completely messes with Koro Sensei. He is so upset at the end of this week's episode, and you totally feel for him. And it's actually Karma who brings him out of his funk, which I think is really interesting. It opens up with him simply just throwing a knife at him, but Karma's an evil genius, so he was able to pass his test regardless. And even though he could potentially move on to another class, he decides to stick around with Class 3E because it's fun. Who wouldn't want to stay in that class? It's ridiculous. And this sort of picks up Koro Sensei's spirits a little bit, and it ends on a really nice high note. So what's the rundown on this week's episode of Assassination Classroom? Really awesome episode right here with a lot of great funny moments, but I love the rivalry that they're really setting up between Koro Sensei and with Asano, who is a really interesting character who we're going to have to learn a little bit more about this guy. Like, he clearly has some sort of massive chip on his shoulder, especially with his whole way he runs the school, which I loved the metaphor he used about ants, where he's basically trying to build up 95% of the school and make them all amazing, and just shun the other 5%. That's Class 3E. Screw those guys. They suck, berate them, put on a nice smiling face when you're in front of them. And that's another scene that I thought was really effective when he walked out and he told Nagisa, good luck with your studies and everything. And that just completely destroyed Nagisa's world. It took him out of the whole assassination and enjoying Koro Sensei's company, and it brought him right back to being another low-level student from Class 3E. And again, it just goes with the whole school, how they treat them and everything. It's really messed up, and you can tell that's really starting to get at the core of Koro Sensei, who is doing everything in his power to really push his students in this week's episode, which was done in a lot of ridiculous ways, whether it be the comedy or just all of the intense studying, or when he built the track for them outside, which was very heartwarming as well. But still, this was just another really good episode right here. It's amazing that they're already at the midterms, and, you know, he promises that their grades will be better by the final exam. So, it's amazing how they could make midterms this exciting in a school setting this interesting. I guess it took the whole octopus who's threatening to destroy the world, but otherwise, this is just another fantastic episode right here. And the principal character, Asano, he's awesome. He's a fantastic villain. He's the perfect type of villain. He's the one that you love to hate, and I think that's what's really great about that character. I love the Naruto reference. You guys know that I totally dug that. So, I love this week's episode. So, I'm going to give this one a 5 out of 5. Just another really great, fun episode of Assassination Classroom that's not only really fun to look at, but it's got a really good message behind it. So, check it out, guys. Assassination Classroom, good stuff. Thank you guys for watching my review. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and please tell me what you thought about this week's episode of Assassination Classroom. What did you think about the formal introduction of Principal Asano, and what do you want to see from the rest of the Assassination Classroom anime series? Remember to subscribe to our channel and also follow us on Facebook and on Twitter, and check out our brand new podcast show. There will be a link for that in the description box below. Thank you guys for watching. Super Kami Guru 9000 out. And stay in school.